Hello, everyone, and how are you doing today? It's a very wonderful day on another episode of Quick Drop. Coming from Awesome Media House, and I remain my humble self, Olatunde Akeredolu. Well, on this, I'm coming with a very mind-blowing topic, and I really want you to sit back and enjoy it. Pick your pen and your jotter. I'm ready to write out wonderful things. What are we talking about today on Quick Drop? Something powerful, something wonderful. 2 key ways to live above silent battles. 2 key ways to live above silent battles. You'll be pondering in your mind, what does silent battle means? Relax your mind. Silent battle simply means the internal struggles a person fight privately without showing the world. Silent battles simply means the internal struggles a person fight privately without showing the world. Silent battles are the hidden internal struggles such as anxiety, depression, self-doubt, or emotional pain that people endure without others noticing. My dear viewers, what silent battle are you actually going through? What silent battle are you actually living with? Relax your mind. Stay calm. Stay calm. I'm here to actually take you out of that cage. Hear me now. 2 powerful key ways to actually live above silent battles. And the very first key I'll be giving to you today is radical self-honesty. Radical self-honesty. But before I go further, I want to tell you that your silent battle grows strongest in the dark. The moment you name what you're feeling, stress, fear, doubts, call it any name, you weaken its power. The moment you recognize that silent battle, the moment you actually noticed it, you are aware of it, trust me, you've actually weakened the power of that battle. And let me tell you, why does radical self-honesty really work? Why does it work? It works because it breaks denial, which is where it most internal battle hide. Why does radical self-honesty works in living above silent battle? It works because it breaks denial, which is where most internal battles hide. Where depression, anxiety, fear of moving forward, fear of taking a step, once you recognize it, you see, you've actually weaken its power. Because once you're honest with yourself, you see, you break denial, you see, you breaks it, and it gives you clarity, and clarity gives you control. Once you have self-honesty, once you have this radical self-honesty in yourself, once you have this self-honesty about the steps you're taking, once you have a self-honesty about the thoughts, about what you know, about how to go about it, trust me, my brother, you've actually weakened the power of whatsoever the battle is. And I want to actually tell you the practical ways to apply this, to apply radical self-honesty. Write down exactly what you are struggling with. A practical way. Write down what you're actually going through, exactly what you're feeling, the struggle, write it down. Now, and you admit your limits without shame. Admit your limit and admit how far you can go. You can, all of us can be the best, but admit your limits and speak your truth to at least one trusted person in your circle, in your family. These are practical ways you can actually practice radical self-honesty, and it's going to actually help you to live above silent battles. The second key, but not the least key ways to live above silent battles is Consistent inner maintenance. Consistent inner maintenance. What are you carrying? Are you carrying positive energy? Are you carrying a negative energy? Always make sure you are always on track. Work on your inner self. You see, consistent inner maintenance, like on actually watching your thoughts, watching what energy you're actually carrying on each day. It actually is going to really help you. And again, you don't rise above silent battles by ignoring them. You can't ignore the way you feel, the negative feelings. You can't ignore them. You don't rise above silent battles, ignoring them. You rise by strengthening the inner system, by strengthening the inner self, your inner self. Strengthen your thought, strengthen you see what you vibrate out. You have to strengthen it. That keeps you grounded in whatsoever you're doing. Living above silent battles, see, you are to rise by strengthening the inner system that keeps you grounded. And let me tell you something. Why does all this work? Why does this work? Why does consistent inner maintenance actually work? Because it builds emotional resilience for you. It builds emotional resilience for you when you consistently, work on your inner self, work on your thoughts, work on the way you feel, work on the way you see things. It's going to really help you. Why does it work? It builds emotional resilience and it keeps your mind, spirit, and energy aligned. When you consistently check your inner self, check the way you think, check the way you do things. And how can you practically apply this to your journey in life? How can you actually apply consistent inner maintenance to your journey in life? Just a very simple one. Daily grounding ritual. Daily grounding rituals. What does this mean? It might be a prayer. You can't step out of your bed without not praying, or meditating, or journaling. How will you just step out of your bed and you just want to live with no rituals, no prayers, no meditation, no thinking? Please, two key ways to actually live above silence battle. The very first one I said was radical self-honesty. Radical self-honesty. Be radical on believe in yourself. Is it? Believe in yourself. And the second one was consistent inner maintenance. Please do yourself a very great one by always making use of the information coming from this platform, coming from Awesome Media House, because it's going to really do you powerfully good. I wouldn't want to be taking much of your time, as I will be seeing you on another episode of Quick Drop, coming from Awesome Media House with Olatunde Akeredolu. Don't forget the slogan on this show that says, when you fall, you rise, you reflect, and you rebuild. Rise, reflect, and rebuild. Stay confident in your life, in your life's journey. Stay confident in whatsoever you're laying your hands on. And I want to say bye for now.